Welcome to the first in a series of webinars to showcase the new upgraded tracking solution from Hubio Fleet. The first option we're going to look at today is reports. Under the reports section there are a number of features and throughout the series of webinars we'll go through each one of these features in more detail. The first feature we're going to look at today is the track report. We'll select the group. It will automatically select the vehicles within that group. It will also give us the options to load onto the map any vehicles that are moving, any vehicles that are idling, key on, key off, or any power takeoff that's been activated. Just click view. So it's now loaded the vehicles from the group onto the map. On the left hand side are the vehicle details, all colour coded to understand if they're stationary, if they're idling or if they're moving. We also have the option of loading any traffic flow, any previous geofences we've added, and an option to zoom into street level when you click on a vehicle. So let's click on a vehicle. This is currently on the A66 doing 55 miles an hour. You have the option to zoom in and out. We can also very easily add a geofence. Select the option, select the location, select the group, call it a name with a description, and select your colour. You also have the option to have an aerial view. This feature is called the trace report. Select a group that you're interested in and select a vehicle that you want to collect the data for. Click the date range, click view. This will give us a journey that happened today, this morning. Will also allow you to filter any speeding. So if we can adjust the speeding limits, it will identify on the report any areas that they're broken that speed limit. You can also look at replaying the journey, and we can speed up the journey and we can replay. And at the bottom we have a timeline to go with that replay journey. This is the trip and stop feature. Let's select a group, select a vehicle within that group, select the date range, click view. Will then give us on the left hand side all of those individual journeys for that date range. It will give you the starting location and the starting time, and the end location with the end time, the duration of the journey, and the mileage. You can click on each of those journeys and it will plot it on the map. We also have the option of aerial view, but also we can data view, and it will put it into a report format for printing and emailing. This is the geofence feature. Select your group, select your geofences of interest, or select all, select the date range, click view. This will break down the individual geofences by name. It will then tell us the vehicles that have entered that geofence, the date, the time it entered, the date and time that it left, and how long that vehicle was in that geofence for. You can also click Data View, and this will put it into a report format for email and printing. This is the speeding feature. Select your group. It will automatically select the vehicles within that group. Select a date range. Click View. Minimize that pane to make it bigger. This will give us a list of the vehicle registrations, the driver's name, the speed the vehicle was doing, the road speed limit, and how much above the speed limit they were doing at the time. We also have the option of the aerial view, and of course data view to put it into a report format. This is the activity trace. Select your group. It will automatically select the vehicles within that group. Select your date range and click View. This will give you a top level snapshot of your working hours, so you can easily see when your fleet started work in the morning, when they finished their shift, and any activity in between, so you can see how long they were stationary for, how long they were moving for, and if there's any idling that took place. Also click on Data View, that will put this onto a report format. This is the driver timesheet feature. Click on a driver, select a date range, click View. This will give you a breakdown of all of their individual journeys within that date range. You can also plot those journeys onto the map. If you click on Data View, this will give you a driver timesheet report. At the top it will give you the period summary, total shift time, total trip duration, total stop duration, total distance. Then underneath that it will break down the journeys for that day, individual days, give you the start location, the start time, the end location, the end time, duration of the trip, and the distance travelled. This is the trips and stop summary feature. Select your group. It has selected those vehicles within the group. You have an option of selecting the geofences. Select your date range. Click View. So this will give you your individual trip report, giving you your start location, start time, end location, end time, trip duration, and distance in miles, and a total summary at the bottom. This is our multi-trace feature. Select your group. The vehicles have already been selected. Select your date range. Click View. This feature will highlight all the journeys made from the selected group. Each vehicle has its own colour to help identify if any of the journeys overlap, allowing for an opportunity to be more efficient with routing and scheduling. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our first webinar. I hope you found it of interest. To book on our next webinar, please click on the link below. The next webinar is on the 10th of October. We're also showing again on the 17th, the 24th and the 31st. You can also call 01698 404 760 to book an appointment with one of our sales directors to discuss in more detail. Thank you, bye bye.